Hello everyone. Okay, so today I brought in a couple of my pyracanthas to do a bit of work on. So let's start with this one. I'm just going to give it a bit of a light pruning and have a look at the wire and see is there any adjusting we need to do. And when I got this tree, it was completely a mass of branches. There was about 100 branches on it, so I pruned them all, most of them off, and started from scratch again. The trunk is a bit kind of gnarly looking and lumpy looking, as you can see. I did do some carving in it. There's a hole which goes all the way through it there. Yeah, so this could have been a front here. It kind of, but it lends itself more this way, so I just ended up with this as my front for now anyway. Okay, so give me glasses anyway. Just want to prune back some of these shoots now that are taken off, because they'll want to grow straight up. So I want to just keep them short, like this one here. It's just going to keep going up and up, so we don't want that. So we'll just prune them back. These ones out here, which are growing a bit long, we'll just take them back a little bit too. Yeah, another one going straight up here. I want to try and keep it a little bit tight now, start getting it to grow into more heads shaped and just long branches shooting out. We'll be doing a repot on this tree this spring. This is the pot it came in. It's quite a small pot, you can see. So I want to put it in a bigger, wider pot, give it more room to grow. And while we're training it, I think it will just help aid it in growing a bit stronger and a bit quicker. I'm wondering, is there any more wiring I need to do? I can maybe bring this branch down. I want to kind of, if I can, cut across the trunk a little bit. The trunk is very open, so I want this branch, which I have wired over this way, kind of come across here a bit, maybe lower it. Maybe I can lower that slightly, and we'll get that heading across here a little bit, and maybe we can get this one just cutting across the front a little bit on this side. So I'll just put a little bit of wire on that one. Should be heavy enough, I would say. I want it bending this way, so I'm going to wind it the way around in the direction I want it to be bending. So I'll just anchor it off this one. Help me put this one into a bit of movement into this one too. And then I'll bring this one around this one. There's a lot of thorns on this. You can go through it and take off the thorns. Don't mind them as long as you keep your eye on them. Okay, so if I just direct that over this way, we'll get it coming across here and we'll build a pad there with it. I'll just bring this one out then, like this, and we'll get it to fill in here. So we'll end up with the pad cutting across maybe to about here, and this one out to about here. It'll just break up the trunk a bit. And there's a couple of branches in here, this one and this one. Not sure if I need them, this one anyway, but we'll keep going with them, and we'll decide then which ones we want to keep. But for now we'll just leave them. It did, like I said, the whole thing was covered in branches when I got it. It was just a big mass, and it had just been kind of hedge clipped, so it was just a mass of branches. They were just all growing, like fanning out in every direction. Okay, so I'm just going to go on the top now and just reduce it back a little bit on these ones that are shooting up, because they will take off. And if they're growing straight up, they'll take more, drain the energy from the tree, and all the energy will go into them ones instead of the side with branches, so we don't want that. Plus they'll just grow thick and strong, and you'll end up having to cut them off anyway, so get them off now and concentrate on it. Trying to get the branches growing where we want them. Okay, so got cobweb in it. I think we're pretty much sorted with this one. Like I said, it's got a bit of work to be done on it yet. I was thinking I would like to bring that branch down, but it's such a heavy branch. Maybe I could maybe guy wire it down. I just think it would do it. I'll try guy wiring it and see. I'll put a wire under the pot. That could be a pretty heavy wire, I would say, because it's quite a thick branch. So with a piece of this, probably will bend with a lighter branch, but with a lighter wire, sorry, but just see. Suppose we should put some rubber tube on it. I'll just find some. Okay, so we got a piece of air hose and fish tank, so we'll just thread that in there. And what is under the pot? I wouldn't do this if you had an expensive pot. It's just a cheap pot, so like I said, I'm going to take it out of this pot. What I will do is come between the branches here. Yeah, that will help stop it slipping, hopefully. Touching, okay. I have to try and get a bite on it. I've measured that, it's exactly the size that it reaches. It's giving me nothing to twist. Okay, maybe change your plan. I'm gonna wire this together on here. And up like this. Okay, that's locked onto the pot. Now probably use a centerpiece for this bit. Let's make sure we got it long enough now this time. Between the branches over the knuckle at the end. Now, onto the side. I do want it to come down quite a bit, I think. Just going to take a bit of force in it. Okay, so we have it. Now what we can do is just get something and put it in here and twist them out. Much. I think it's going down. Okay, so we'll leave it like that for now. And when it's kind of got used to that a bit, we'll tighten it down more. We'll just do a little bit at a time. But that's definitely got it down a bit anyway. Okay. This branch sticking down here, and the rest of it I think is okay. We're going to let that grow now for a while. We'll keep our eye on it. We'll give this another twist in a week or so. The other thing I want to do is just take off these suckers off the trunk. Okay. Like I said, we could maybe put a bit of wire around that whole thing. Maybe that's another thing I'll do. Stick a bit of wire on that. Not sure what this one. Let's go with the heavy one. Do is I'll go through the hole in the tree. That will lock it off then. It's crossing that wire, but that's okay, it's only going to be on for a little while. So if I was to do that, I can reduce the amount of bend on this one. Okay there. Just got that wire there now. Just lock that off there. Because that's brought that main branch around a bit more, which is a bit better. I think this one here we could angle in another little bit, I think. That. Okay, yeah, so that's definitely starting to break up the trunk a bit. That looks a bit better. The branch here growing up a bit rid of. Okay, so I think that's this one done and sorted. I don't know if that branch there is a bit long. Maybe reduce that one back. Yeah, I think we'll take that one back there. Okay, so we'll just move that one, this guy out of the way, and we'll get up to the next one. Okay, my next one is this little one on this little golem statue. Being attacked by something, been eaten on it. Not sure what, something's been eating some of the leaves. I could maybe bring this back branch just down a little bit, and maybe bring this one down as well. Maybe shorten this one and start. Okay, so we'll get a wire around these two here. We'll just get them into a bit better position. A bit heavy. What I'll do is I'll just put the wire on the tree and then we'll come back on watching me wiring. Okay, so I have wire on the branches. So I just want to bring this branch, I think I'm going to bring this one back a bit just to create a kind of a back branch back here. Like that. This tree, this little statue is like standing on a rock or on this edge of a rock, and the rock kind of goes down to the bottom of the pot, and the tree is kind of planted on the side of the rock with the roots all going around the rock, so it will eventually lift up probably about another maybe 2 inches. Okay, so here and kind of let's bring this one down a bit and put a little bit of movement in it. And this one I want to also bring down. I want to kind of create, I think, a bit of a flat top on it. This guy will bring back down here. And then this one, maybe we see what it looks like if we bend it down. Create some movement in that. So done like that. Once we get the main branches done, we can then just clip and grow, and we'll create maybe a pad down here, one back here, one up here, one in the front, one back here. So only in its early stages. This tree was a cutting off that big tree that I've just done. This is one of the many branches I cut off it. So they grow really good for cuttings, these. Now this branch here, this little branch, I think I'm going to take that. I'm going to take it off completely, but I'm going to take it back to here for now. I don't know if I want a branch coming back out there, out the back, coming from here, maybe to fill out here, so we'll leave it there, but I don't want it up against its head. Okay, so I think that one now just needs some time to fill out, and like I said, we'll start creating pads on it. But it's only a young tree yet, it's only like that. It was only planted in this year. I had quite a few of these in little pots. When I took the cuttings, I just stuck them all in little pots, and I think every single one of them took. They grow great from cuttings, so if you have one, definitely keep the cuttings. Okay, so one more tree to look at. It's this little guy on the rock. Again, this one flowers fantastic. It absolutely covers in flowers and then covered in berries. Considering it's just growing on this little rock, you can see the roots come out the bottom. Now I do plant it in, I do sit the rock on a pot with sand in it, so the roots can grow into the sand. But I've actually had this one, I put this one in our little show we had when it was covered in berries. It has so many berries, it's ridiculous how such a small tree can have so many. But it does. Now this branch here, see, this is just shooting out. I don't know if I will actually. Let's have a look at the bottom first. We'll clean out the bottom one and then we'll work our way up. Some of these lower leaves that are shading out the bottom. Not sure about that branch, it grew out a bit long and straight. So that's what happens if you leave them, they just keep growing, and then you end up with a, hopefully we can get some back bud and we can prune that back a bit. Here we'll just kind of thin it out a bit. Big leaves in here we can take out just to create some space for light to get through. And this branch, I think I'm going to take that whole top off that one. Another one going up here. A couple of yellow leaves and brown leaves in here. Get them out. Just looking at the top here now, we have a couple of branches which are opposite each other, so I'll take that one out there. It's already starting to create a little bit of swelling. Take that off there, just to thin out the top of it. Back here again we've got some branches going back in towards the tree. Take them out. The leaves there we can get rid of. This one we'll bring back to that outward facing leaf. Starting to go a bit strong, reduce him back. bit off. Okay. Don't be fooled by my nice clean bases on the 3 trees. Before I started filming them, I weeded them out. Got rid of all the weeds. They're not always like this. Nice and clean. Now, is there anything else I need to adjust on it? This one here needs taken off. A couple of big leaves out there. I think that's pretty good. Like I said, you might look at this and think it's a small little young tree. It's actually been on this rock about, say, 5 years now, and you can see it's still quite small in comparison to the cutting is thicker on it. But when it fills with flowers, it's just a ball of flowers, and then it fills with berries, and it's just a complete mass of berries. It's fantastic. So I don't know whether it's because it's growing on the rock, it produces less leaves and more flowers and berries, or what, because it's restricted. But definitely it's a great little tree. Now what I do with it, like I said, if I just left it on this, it would dry out so quickly. It's got a little dish, this stone around it. It kind of dishes in a bit, so it has a little hollow. It's got like a little leg here and like a little leg back here that it kind of stands on. So it kind of looks nice when it's wet at the moment, but when it dries, it's brighter, so it looks good. So what I keep it in then is it's just a little tray I have. And again, I've weeded it, taken out the old sand, and just put some nice fresh new sand in it. And then I just keep that in there like that. And it just keeps the moisture going up onto it. The roots grow down into the sand. It seems to be pretty happy in there. Okay, so that's it for this video, I would say. Like I said, if you have one of these, definitely worth keeping the cuttings. Just keep on top of them because they do grow pretty strong. It's straight, with straight branches. You want to kind of keep pruning them to get all these kind of angular shapes and stuff. I think it's better to clip and grow them because you get more angles rather than subtle curves. I know I've wired them others a couple of bits, but if you clip and grow them, they kind of grow zigzaggy. I think it looks a lot more older and better looking than the curvy branches. But yeah, we'll put these back out on the bench and keep our eye on them. Like I said, we'll give the big one a bit of another twist or two just to get that branch just needs to go down another inch, maybe half inch. And when I repot the tree, I may turn it slightly anyway, angle it slightly, so it might not need as much more than I've done. But yep, so as always guys, don't forget to give the thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, help the channel out. Any comments, leave them down below, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.